Alcohol. It's part of the social fabric of our planet, one of the few things that crosses national, cultural, even religious boundaries. Unfortunately, so does its abuse. For more than 14 million North Americans, alcoholism is a disease with symptoms as recognizable as those of heart disease and cancer. Unlike other diseases, however, it begins with a personal choice.
I've been drinking since I was an adolescent, really. I suppose 16, 17 I started drinking. And I drank every day. I used to mainly drink at home, in the evenings, never during the day. I hid it to some degree from everybody except my close friends. Of course, my family knew.
To the outside world, Ken DeCock is a hardworking, successful family man who eases the tensions of the day with a few drinks. But under the surface, it's a different story.
But things were getting out of control. Mentally, I wasn't well. I was having trouble at work, with my children, with my wife. You know, I had what I suppose is a breakdown, although I wasn't hospitalized or no one noticed it, but I became more and more upset and tense, and I was getting into serious trouble.
Ken is aware he needs help, and his first stop is his family doctor. But there is a stigma attached to his problem that he finds hard to overcome.
I didn't really want to discuss my personal problems with my family physician, so I asked to be sent to another doctor. In talking to this doctor, it's when I told him that I thought I drank a little too much. He heard me. He referred me to Dr. Hajela.
Dr. Raju Hajela is a medical doctor certified in family and behavioral medicine. His specialty is the treatment of addiction, and his approach is rooted in an ancient system of medicine over 5,000 years old. It's called Ayurveda.
Any knowledge related to the universe is known as Ved, and Ayur refers to life or lifespan. So Ayurveda literally translates into the knowledge of life or lifespan.
Ayurvedic medicine is a complex system of health care that includes diagnosis, diet, detoxification, herbology, and meditation to improve not only physical health, but emotional and spiritual health as well.
Often someone will feel ill and they'll go to the doctor, and the doctor will make a diagnosis which is very specific, get treatment for it, and think that everything is okay. Whereas in Ayurveda, the tendency is to first not look at the illness itself, but look at the person and the person as a whole. Then whatever illness they're experiencing is examined in that context.
In Ayurvedic medicine, this approach is based on the patient's unique constitution, determined by their metabolic body type, or dosha.
In Ayurvedic terms, the body physiology and the rest of the universe is looked at in terms of three main elements, or they're also called body types. They're called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So whenever an Ayurvedic assessment is done on someone, that context is taken into account, that what is the natural Vata, Pitta, Kapha constitution. And then illnesses or dysfunctions that arise are seen within that context. When Ken first came to see me, he appeared to be a very intelligent man who was having some difficulties in his life that he wasn't sure as to what approach he wanted to take.
And I said I came to see him because I thought I might have a very small drinking problem, and I thought I could deal with myself, and maybe I didn't need to waste his time.
The first tendency for everyone, even when they're suffering from addiction, is, well, I can control it. And it's a real challenge for me as a physician to be able to convey to the person, and for the person themselves to come to realize that this is a disease of loss of control.
The first thing one wants to do is deny that one is a drinker, because you want to continue drinking. And if you acknowledge that you're addicted, at some point you're going to have to decide to do something about that.
Despite his resistance, Ken agrees to a complete Ayurvedic evaluation, which includes an examination of the eyes, the nails, the tongue, and a complex diagnosis of his pulse. Dr. Hajela is able to discern that Ken has a Pitta constitution, which gives him the information he needs to recommend a recovery program.
He prescribed 2 different Ayurvedic medications for me, and they had to do with pacifying the Pitta, but also I think they had a detoxifying nature. They were cleaning out my system. He prescribed both these medications to me along with Western medicine at the same time in a complementary manner.
The Western medication is naltrexone, or more commonly known as Revia, which helps lessen the craving for alcohol and prevent the return of heavy drinking. But at first, Ken chooses not to take it.
He knew I wasn't taking it. I was going to choose the moment to take this medication for the same reason I described earlier. I didn't want to quit at that time, and I thought, well, this is going to make me quit. I don't want to quit. I don't need to quit. When I did take it, I took it for about a week, and that's when I stopped drinking.
My approach is to utilize everything that I know for the betterment of the patient. So there are concepts in Ayurveda that are very helpful, and there are concepts in Western medicine that are very helpful. My suggestion always is to offer people an array of choices and then help them choose according to what might fit them the best.
Dr. Hajela also suggests transcendental meditation as part of the Ayurvedic philosophy of reaching a higher spiritual place through the release of stress and negative thoughts.
I meditate now twice a day for 20 minutes, and it has helped me enormously in my ongoing recovery. First of all, it gives a structure to my day. Alcoholics don't look after themselves, and just the very fact of sitting quietly twice a day means you're taking some care of yourself on a very basic level.
With the help of Dr. Hajela and the support of his wife and family, Ken DeKalb has turned his life completely around. He belongs to a men's support group that meets regularly, and he has reached a level of self-acceptance that has taken 30 years to attain.
I was reading this Korean proverb, and it said, over the mountains, there are mountains. And I guess that means to me that there are always going to be problems. I know that just by stopping drinking is not going to make any difference to things that can happen to me in the future or happen to my family in the future, but I take them now as just life problems that are to be dealt with and that not to be hidden by drinking.